Hi, my name's Karen Foster. I wanted to talk to you about the Rich Body Transformation Programme that I've just been on. It's a 28-day health and fitness programme which I took part in. I decided to kind of get on board with the programme because I recently moved to Cornwall and my habits completely changed from being somebody who was pretty fit, managed my own diet reasonably well, to somebody who did kind of no exercise. My regular sport of hockey went out the window. The regular exercising and meeting up with friends and walking were out the window. We didn't know anybody down here. And instead, when people came to visit and came into kind of holiday mode of visiting us in Cornwall, I kind of joined in with that, eating ice creams and scones every day, and living that holiday dream world with them rather than a normal day to day. So my diet just turned into quite a shocking diet, to be fair. So over time, my habits have got worse and worse since living down here in Cornwall, and kind of came to a culmination of putting on probably 1.5 stone over a 6-month period, feeling pretty down, fed up, unhappy with myself, unhappy with the way that I looked, pretty sluggish, and kind of came into a climax of eventually getting shingles, which was not the best thing. So after having a couple of weeks of feeling pretty poor and feeling sorry for myself, I found the Rich Body Transformation Programme run by bach, and I decided that that was just the best thing I could do. In my kind of training schedules, kind of not running, which is a bonus for me. I don't enjoy running, so that kind of short burst interval kind of style training is my kind of training. Really appealed to me. The fact that there was kind of an online community was an absolute bonus, because I'd got to the point where my motivation was at probably its lowest to do something about it myself. So I knew I needed more help. So the online support and the group ethos and those kind of positive, like-minded people going through the same journey was a massive draw to me. Plus the reputation that Mike's got within the personal training kind of arena is second to none, really. So that was a massive draw, knowing that he was somebody who knew what he was on about. I knew I could trust him what he was asking me to follow and to deliver. And I needed guidance and support around my nutrition. I'm really quite poor at managing my diet. I've always been okay, but kind of planning it and thinking things through and knowing overall what's good and bad, but having somebody to help me focus that and having other people to share ideas with around kind of meal plans as kind of was something that was a real kind of draw to me to this kind of programme. The fact that it was 28 days and a short burst with hopefully results at the end of it was another draw that kind of made me really want to sign up for this. But the benefit that I've actually received is going to benefit me for longer than 28 days, which is fantastic, because it sets you up with the tools to do more than just a 28-day. It's not like a fad diet or a short burst of changing what you do to lose a bit of weight and then you kind of slip back into your old ways. It's a real programme to change your whole mindset and your outlook on the way you eat and the way you manage yourself, the way you plan your exercise. So that it's just been faultless, really. From probably day 0 to the day 7, kind of the detox feelings that were going on I felt tired and it was hard work, possibly part of the fallout of still recovering from the shingles. I did kind of feel that, really what have I got myself into, and I hope this is worth it. It was really hard going. I'd be lying if I kind of said it was an easy run, but anything that you kind of really want to achieve and succeed in always ends up being hard work to begin with. So I knew it'd be worth kind of persevering. So yeah, headaches, feeling sluggish, outbreaks of the skin, just really overall quite hard work. Getting into some of the habits, found that quite difficult, having to get up earlier to make sure I fit the exercises and that I need to plan the foods, thinking about the food all the time, about what I was going to eat and when I was going to eat it, changing kind of plans around so that meeting people later so I could get my exercises in at the right times. it was hard work for probably the first 7 days was definitely the hardest, and week 2 definitely all of a sudden got easier, and I never really kind of felt hungry or anything in this time, and started to learn how to kind of manage myself better, plan better, get up at the right time, started to get used to the exercises, started to get organised, that a lot of the behaviours started to become a bit more of the norm of what I did day to day in kind of weeks 2, 3, and certainly by weeks 4. In terms of energy levels, that probably changed in about week 3. I started to feel the difference. People were commenting on my shape changing. I felt better, felt properly hydrated. For the first time in a long time, I actually get thirsty, which hadn't happened for a long time. And I always thought that was just because, you know, I was somebody who could cope without a lot of fluid, and I think my body had just got used to having so small amounts of fluid. But you know, now I can't get by without a day of having 2.5 litres, which was hard work to begin with. But I've completely changed my mindset around exercise, nutrition and fluid intake over the 28 days, which will continue now going forward. I was really nervous about finishing the 28 days and then wondering what would be the next steps and where do you go from there. And I must admit, being completely honest, the first 4 or 5 days after the 28 days, it was kind of, all right, great, you can kind of get back and eat chocolate or have a coffee. And to be fair, you know, when you sit down and have a glass of wine or a coffee, it's actually not all that you think it's going to be. You've missed the thought, the idea of it, but it's never as good as the actual thing itself. So, you know, after those first few days of kind of celebrating being able to do what you want again and having all this time back because you're not doing as many exercises a day and things like that, I started to worry that I'd then start to slip back into form. But the tools that you get from the programme and that Mike coaches you around the visualising about the long-term goals has really helped me focus that actually this wasn't just a 28-day, this was a long-term change in my lifestyle, which without a doubt I can tone down now. Compared to the first 28, it felt quite hardcore. I can do a toned down version of that and kind of continue that as a continuity kind of programme. I don't want to lose the contact with the group. I think the benefits of having a group and people to just bounce ideas off, or when you're having a bit of a down day, the benefits of having those people around you are unbelievable. Just sound ideas out against, or just have a moan about somebody pushing you to have a drink or complaining because you're not, you know, drinking at a party, and those usual gripes that you get from people that suck your energy, as Mike likes to call them, vampire energy suckers. So yeah, overall, in the 28 days, I lost 15 pounds and just under 13 inches. Huge difference around my waist, which was a fantastic feeling, and that happened probably within 2 to 3 weeks. And the change in the clothes and the fit is just extremely noticeable. And what is really good of the programme is that you don't weigh yourself every day. You know, Mike encourages you to kind of be weighing yourself every 10 days, which gives your body time to catch up with what you're doing. You know, you've had months or possibly years of abusing your body in one way or another. So to expect a change overnight, day in, day out, is quite crazy. But we go through phases of doing things like that where you weigh yourself every day. When you don't see a result, it's quite demotivating. So the kind of progression around weighing yourself every 10 days or so is something that I'll take going forward as well, because I do think you need to stagger that and to weigh yourself, you know, in kind of the same way every time you do it, the same morning, same time, all those kind of things that really help you understand why your weight does fluctuate. So overall, so pleased I've done it. My energy levels are fantastic. My work rate has improved in terms of the workouts, my organisation in terms of planning my meals, taking the fluids that I need to on board, taking kind of any other supplements, fish oils, things like that have been just easy, just absorbed as part of my normal day to day. People have noticed the difference in my shape, in my moods, rudely. But my moods definitely have improved from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed. At work, I'm performing better. I'm much more positive. My mindset is kind of all for a solution focus again. Health-wise, I don't feel unwell. You know, I'm fighting kind of through asthma and hay fever, and this time of year I don't feel anything like probably what I normally would. So all in all, pretty buzzing and ready for kind of what's around the corner. I'd recommend this programme to anybody, male, female, young, old, whatever level of fitness. The training programme is available, is kind of easy for anybody to do at whatever level you are. If you're extremely fit, you can push yourself harder, try and do more reps, do the higher levels. If not, you stay to the lower levels, lower reps. It's a flexible programme, and Mike's on hand on Facebook or email. Anytime you've got any queries, any problems, any concerns, if you've got injuries, you know, he's there as a coach and advisor and support. Absolutely fantastic. You can't fault it. And then obviously the nutrition advice, you can't just do the exercise and not do the nutrition, the two add up. Again, you know, Mike's guidance and support around that is second to none. Really easy to understand documents, and any questions, again, he's really quick to answer. Plus there are other people as part of the group that know different ideas and have views on what else to try and what meals to kind of have a go at doing, which are kind of compliant. So it's overall, it's the most well-rounded kind of exercise, health, nutrition programme I've ever been involved in. And I really would recommend it to anybody. And results, if you commit yourself 100%, you'll get the 100% results out of it. Recommend it to anyone. Definitely go for it. What have you got to lose? 28 days. It's 1 month. Pass you by. You'll be in a different place. Believe me.